Gentleman may proceed.
Mr. Speaker, by way of parliamentary inquiry, it is my understanding that the rule has allowed for 90 minutes of debate on this $800 billion package. Is that correct?
90 minutes is correct.
Well, it is my understanding that under those circumstances...
Does the gentleman have a parliamentary inquiry?
I do. It is my understanding that many members who wish to debate this matter thereby will not be allowed time because of limited time. I further understand that I am not allowed to ask for an extension in time under the rule. Is that correct?
Chair cannot anticipate what requests will be made.
Beg your pardon?
The chair cannot anticipate what requests will be made.
All right, then let me further say it is my understanding that an extension of time, which would be the request, can only be made by the gentleman from Wisconsin. Is that correct?
We'll deal with the unanimous consent request as they may occur.
You're forcing me to do that which really we shouldn't have to do.
I think the gentleman can read the rule and understand it, but if you wish to proceed, go ahead.
I hope the gentleman from Wisconsin will respond, but I would ask unanimous consent that we extend debate time by 1 hour.
The chair would look to the gentleman from Wisconsin to propound such a request.
I'm not sure I understood the chair. It may be a language problem.
Could be. The chair would look to the gentleman from Wisconsin to propound such a request.
Okay. Well, then let me ask the gentleman from Wisconsin. Would you consider such a request?
Gentleman yield.
If the gentleman would yield, I would simply note the House has already voted on how it intends to proceed, and I see no reason to depart from that.
Mm-hmm. I believe the gentleman could initiate it by unanimous consent, and he has the authority for that, and I'd urge the gentleman to do so. And if all of our people want more time, Mr.
Gentleman stating a parliamentary request.
I very much appreciate the Speaker being so.
What reason does the gentleman from Georgia rise?
If the gentleman's asking, would the gentleman yield for a response?
The gentleman no longer controls the time. The gentleman from Georgia, what reason do you rise?
Parliamentary inquiry, Mr. Speaker.
Please state your inquiry.
Mr. Speaker, earlier this week the House passed a unanimous motion to instruct which directed the conferees to make the text of this report available for 48 hours before being considered. Under House rules, what is the effect of a motion to instruct?
Instructions by the House to its conferees are advisory in nature and not binding as a limitation on their authority.
Further inquiry?
Gentleman may proceed.
Then a unanimous motion to instruct adopted by this House is not binding at all and therefore of no consequence. Is that correct?
I repeat, instructions by the House to its conferees are advisory in nature and not binding as a limitation on their authority.
Further inquiry, Mr. Speaker?
Gentleman may proceed.
Under House rules, isn't it true that a conference report cannot be made in order and considered on the floor unless it's been available for 3 calendar days?
This question is hypothetical, as any such point of order has not been made. It's been waived, as a matter of fact.
Mr. Speaker, I reserve point of order under Rule 22, Clause 8, whereby the conference report shall not be in order and been considered as read unless it's been available for 3 calendar days.
Order has been waived.
Mr. Speaker, further inquiry then.
Gentleman may proceed.
Is there an opportunity under the rules to allow for a reading of a over 1,000-page bill that's being considered currently?
The order of the House is the conference report has been considered read.
Further inquiry,
Gentlemen,
Mr. Speaker?
have any further inquiry?
Yes. So it's my understanding then that it is the ruling of the chair, the ruling of the Speaker, that having this bill made available to the members of the House after 11 or 12 o'clock last night, over 1,000 pages, is the ruling of the Speaker that this is to have been considered read, even though it's physically impossible for any member to have read this bill. Is that correct?
That was the order of House Resolution 168.
I thank the Speaker.
Pursuant to House Resolution 168, the conference report is considered read.